human being has ever seen before. It's all mixed up in my head. The images, the sounds, the smell. I need to remember. Put things in order right up to this moment. Remember who I am. If I had to say how it all began, I might just as well start here.
Hi, my name is Armand Ashby, and this is Real Life Gamer. Today we'll be taking a look at Beyond Two Souls by Quantic Dream. Now, Beyond Two Souls has some big shoes to fill, as its predecessor, Heavy Rain, won multiple awards. However, Beyond Two Souls kind of lacks in every area except its graphics and actors they brought in to fill in the roles of the protagonists and supporting roles. The story is about Jody, a young woman who has a spirit tethered to her and assists her in different tasks and protects her throughout her life. The story goes from her childhood all the way up to young adult, 25, 26. Now the story is interesting, but it's disjointed. It does not tell it in a smooth playthrough. It's done in different chapters, each with their own titles, that are kind of jumbled up and mixed up. You'll start at the end of Jody's life and then all of a sudden be ported back to her younger years. Then go to her teenage years and more teenage years and then jump back to her youth again before going back when she's an adult. It's just about as confusing as I just said it. And if they had smoothed it out and just told it in a linear fashion, it would be just as confusing. Because Beyond Two Souls' major flaw is it doesn't have a plot. There's no real antagonist. Internal, outside, a person. Aiden constantly works with Jody. Jody maybe argues with Aiden, the spirit that's attached to her, but there's no conflict. They're always working together for the same goal. Why is this? You never really find out. While there's different antagonists and conflict within each of the chapters, those are only in the good chapters. Some amazing chapters in this game, such as one point when, spoilers, in case anyone's watching, Jody becomes homeless on the streets. It's a powerful emotional chapter. The conflict is obvious. She needs to get food. As you go through it, there's some amazing touching moments in there. But then there are other chapters where she's wandering through a desert and has to help a family get rid of a spirit that's haunted for decades. Well, she does so, but then that has no ramifications throughout the rest of the story. Jody doesn't change from helping the family in the middle of the desert. Jody doesn't learn anything from helping the family in the middle of the desert. It just kind of happens. And sadly, that's a lot of chapters in the game. Points like that almost made me put down the controller. But it's sad because those beautiful moments that are really in the game are powerful. And really, the only reason those chapters are still powerful is mostly because of Ellen Page. She carries this game. I'm sure her shoulders are really heavy. Now, Ellen Page and the new motion capture technology they use on their faces literally gets every emotion. So if she's sad and crying, you're almost right there with her. It's beautiful. And the entire game kind of works this way. Kind of like its predecessor, Heavy Rain. Most of the game is just this huge, streamlined cinematic. And while this is good and bad, it's interesting. The interactions you have, you use different combinations with the controller. Hold down X, hold down triangle, hold down left trigger so she'll climb a wall. Mash X really fast. Use the right analog stick. It works, but at the same time, where it fails here and where it didn't fail in Heavy Rain is that here there are no consequences for your actions if you fail. In combat, you have to move Jody's body in the direction she's moving. However, you can't always tell where she's moving. And why I like that for a bit, because it made it Jody be able to more realistic combat. If Jody took a hit, it'd be great. However, you could put down the controller and completely miss every action, and she would still succeed at combat. In Heavy Rain, if you failed at combat, your character would die and be out of the game. Of course, they can't really do that when you only have one main character in the story. So it's kind of sad. And outside of that, Aiden, her tethered spirit, can heal most of her wounds or protect her if she's in danger. So really there's no urgency for the interactivity for the game. There's no worry of failure. So it really just brings you back to realizing you're just watching about a 12 to 20 hour movie, depending how fast you can play through the game. Outside of that, the mechanics are sluggish, the story's weak, but the graphics are gorgeous. Literally, like I said before, they capture tears, tiny squints of the eyes. Every emotion the characters have, you get to see. Now, I really wish if only their activity came together. It's just sad that the story is the weakest part of a story-driven game. I'm not sure where they dropped the ball off from Heavy Rain, but Beyond Two Souls just does not pick it up. From a lackluster story, controls that are sometimes unresponsive and incredibly simplistic, to decisions that really don't do anything at all, I'm here kind of wishing they just made Beyond Two Souls into a feature-length film. As long as they could fix up the disjointed story, of course. So sadly, we give this game a 5.5 out of 10. Join us next time on Real Life Gamer, and we'll check out Rome Total War 2.